Now, please, the parts of the brain.
Yes, sir. I
And
will tell, sir. So, if you see the brain, it has three parts, sir. First one is the forebrain, and then we have the midbrain, and then we have the hindbrain. The forebrain is also called as a prosencephalon. The prosencephalon has a telencephalon outside and the diencephalon inside, and then we have the mesencephalon, which is the midbrain, and then we have the hindbrain, which is rhombencephalon, sir. And then if you see in the prosencephalon, we have two ventricles, sir. In the cavity of telencephalon, we have ventriculi lateralis, the first and the second. It is paired, and then we have we have the cavity of the diencephalon. We have ventriculi tertius, sir, which is unpaired, and then we have the mesencephalon. We have the like what to say, the aqueductus sylvius, which is unpaired, and then we have in the rhombencephalon we have two metencephalon and myelencephalon. In metencephalon, we have the back brain, which is pons, and then the cerebelli. And then the myelencephalon, we have medulla oblongata, sir. And then, if you see, we have the coverings of the brain, sir. The coverings of the brain is we have dura mater, arachnoid matter, and pia matter. Dura matter, it is solid. It is for the brain and spinal cord. And arachnoid matter is like web, soft like the meninges. And then if you see the it lies between the dura mater and pia mater, sir. And then if you see the pyometer, it has it's the innermost layer of the meninges, sir, for the basal covers. And then we have the dura mater, like what is in the dura mater, it covers the bones of the skull and the vertebra, and it's closely with the skull, sir, closely fused with the skull. But if you see, and also if you see, it has the fovea glandularis are the pits of the dura mater. And then we have the pia mater, sir. The pia mater, it covers the surface of the brain and each groove of the brain. And if you see the arachnoid matter, it connects the dura mater and the pia matter, and it forms a web in the surface of the brain, and it creates a spore which is called the space, which is called the subarachnoid space. In this subarachnoid space only, we have the cerebrospinal fluid which circulates. Yes, sir. And then we have now up from the spinal cord, I will keep telling, sir. The spinal cord, we have what to say. We have we know we have 32 vertebra, and in the we have the what to say. First the phylum, sir. The phylum of this in this phylum, and then it goes to the spinal cord, in which it has we have 31 pairs of spinal nerves, sir, which arises from the spinal cord. And then if you see, the base is the phylum, and then we go to the spinal cord, which has the radix anterior, which is for the motor, and the radix posterior, which is for the sensory. And then it goes to the ganglions spinale, and then both they join together and they form the nervus spinalis. And then it goes through the foramen, this nerve, they go through the foramen intervertebralis, and then to the sulcus costalis, and to the membrana intercostalis, sir. And then if you see, we have even the chorda equinae in the phylum, sir. And the chorda means tail. Yes, sir. And then after that, we have the fissura media like we have two groups, sir, unpaired group and paired group, sir. The unpaired group is in the spinal cord. We have fissura media anterior, and then the sulcus media posterior. And then if you see the paired group, we have sulcus anterior lateralis and the sulcus posterior lateralis, sir. And if you see in the spinal cord, we have gray matter and white matter. Gray matter is of course the cell body of the nerve, and if you see the white matter, it is the axon of the nerve cells. If you say why it is gray, because it a nucleus is present, that's why it is gray in color. It is white in color because of the myelin sheath, sir. And white matter is also called as alba, sir. And then if you see the structure, we have what to say, the fasciculus, what to say, the fissura mediana, and then the sulcus medianus, and then we have the fasciculus gracilis, and then we have the fasciculus cuneatus, the funiculus posterior, and then we have the sulcus intermedius posterior, and then we have like the what to say, cornu posterior, cordu anterior, and then we have canalis centralis, and then all this cornu and all, it is in the gray matter, sir. And all this, and then we have the Kamishura. We have also the Kamishura substantia in the middle, and alba. And also, if you see, we have from the base, and then if you start, we have the medulla oblongata. If there's a medulla oblongata, it is the continuation of the spinal cord in the skull. And if you see at the ventral surface of the medulla oblongata, there is pyramids and olives. And then at the lateral surface of the medulla oblongata, it continues to the lower leg of the cerebellae. It forms three pairs of legs, sir. And then if you see, we have at the dorsal surface, we have we have the at the dorsal surface, we have the rhomboid. If you see the rhomboid, it has rhomboid pit, sir, fossa rhomboidea, and then it is covered by sternia medullaris, sir. And then if you see, it has also the sternium medullaris. All this it is a covering, sir. And also we have medulla part. And then if you see the in the back side, if you see the fascicula gracialis, it ends in the tuberculum gracilis. And then if you say fascicula cuneatus, it ends in the tuberculi cuneatus, sir. And then next is that we about the medulla oblongata. We have and then if you see after the medulla oblongata, we have the pons, which is there. And medulla oblongata, it it is the basis of the brain, and also it contains this through the foramen magnum, it goes, sir. And then it has the digitatus pyramids. Digitatus pyramids are also present. And then if you see after the medulla oblongata, we have the pons, which is also the bridge. It's called also the pons viruli. And then if you see, it has the ventral bundle. It connects to the medulla oblongata. It continues to the medialis cerebellae, and then through the anterior basilaris. And then if you see the dorsal bundle, it is longitudinal, and it connects to the medulla oblongata to the middle, and then it goes to the middle cerebrum, sir. And then if you say the it has the pedunculus cerebralis, superior, medius, and inferior. And then if you say ventriculus quartus, if you say ventriculus quartus, it is the bottom in the fossa rhomboidea. It is the cavity of the rhomben cephalon. The ventriculus quartus, it has the form of a tent, sir. It is in the shape of a tent. And then in the tent, if you see, it has velum medullare superior and velum medullare inferior, sir. And in that we have the aqueductus sylvius. And after that, in the down, we have plexus choroideus. In this choroideus only, this only produces the cerebrospinal fluid, and this one goes to the foramen mesendae to all the ventricles, sir. And then if you see the cerebellum, it occupies the fossa crani posterior behind the foramen magnum, and it is the cerebellum part is responsible for the memory, duplication of a big brain, balance, coordination, involuntary movement, and everything, sir. And then if you see cerebellum, it has 4 parts, sir. Like it has archicerebellum, it has which is the most ancient part. And also it is like the structure is like petals, like flocculus, and it is paired, sir. And after that we have the vermicerebellum, like worm shape. And then if you see, it's for balance of the body, muscles, and if our body position, because it's in the ventral position, all this is responsible because of the cerebellum. And also it is also unpaired, sir. And the paleocerebellum, it's the old cerebellum, it's also unpaired. Neocerebellum is the new cerebellum, newly developed one. It is paired. It is it is for the coordination of the upper and lower limb movement, and all this is responsible, sir. But if you take here, the gray matter is present outside, which is called the cortex of the cerebellum, and then the white matter is present inside, sir, inside of the cerebellum. And if you see a tree-like structure called arbre vitae is present inside the cerebellum, sir. And after that, if you see the mesencephalon, it has three parts mainly: colliculi, tegmentum, and then the cerebral peduncles. And then if you see the roof with leg, it is present inside in the fossa pedicularis. Its structures are, we have aqueductus cerebri, and then we have the sagittal roof, which has the lamina quadrigemini, and then we have the colliculi superior, colliculi inferior, and then we have the septa nigra and the substantia nigra. We have the nucleus ruber, and then oculomotor nucleus, and all that which is present, sir. And if you see, it is responsible for hearing, motor control, sleep, wake, arousal, alertness, temperature regulation. All this is because of this mesencephalon, sir. And then if you see diencephalon, it is first about telencephalon. It is called telencephalon, sir. And then if you see, it is also called the. It consists of the regions. First region is encephalon. It has the thalamus. Yes, sir. Encephalon. It has the thalamus for vision, and also it has epithalamus, which is also called it has a pineal epiphysis, which is also called the third eye. And then we have the corpus geniculus, and which has lateral and medial. And then we have we have pars optica, anterior, and pars all factoria. And then we have. And then we have the telencephalon. We have hemisphere cerebri. It consists of the basal course. And if you see, it has the island of gray matter in the depth of the white matter, corpus callosum and fornix cerebri, and ventriculi lateralis is present. And then if you see corpus callosum, it's a transverse connection between the left and the right hemisphere. It's like in rostrum, like beak-like shape. And then if you see, it has it has it has truncus, spleen, and genus. And then if you see the basal core, if you see it has it's together with the stripes of white matter and a corpus striatum. It has the core and the capsule. And then we have the corpus amygdaloideus, which is almond shape, is amygdaloideus. And then we have the course, which is nucleus lentiformis. We have the globus pallidus, and then we have which is the pale. I mean, we have the putamen, which is colored. And also we have the capsula. We have capsula interna, which is like boomerang. And then we have the crus anterior, and then we have chorda nuclei chordati. And then we have crus media, the chordatus and thalamus, between that it is there. And then we have crus posterior, between thalamus and lentiform. And then we have the capsule externa between the posterior and claustrum, and then the corpus externa between the claustrum and cortex. And then we have the and then about the thalamus. Thalamus, we have it is egg-like it is egg-like in structure. And then we have it is paired, and we have its structure. It is joined with the adductio interthalamica, and we have it's laterally fused with the big brain. And then we have the fissure. The fissure of two thalamus is ventriculi tertius. Then we have tuberculus anterior. The posterior part, we have pulvinar, and then corpus geniculatum, medial and lateral. And we have the middle part, trigonum habernulae. And then if you see in the corpus geniculi, they start from the thalamus in lateral part. Corpus geniculatum lateralis in the upper colliculus, it is involuntary and for the vision. And then you have corpus geniculatum media. It starts laterally at the final cover, and also for involuntary under the for the center of hearing, unconscious hearing, and all it's all responsible, sir. And then if you take, it has two hemispheres. We have a hemisphere cerebelli. It has two hemispheres, which is connected by the corpus callosum. It has three surfaces: fasces dorsalis lateralis, fasces basilaris, which is the base of the brain, and then we have the fasces medialis. And then we have they divide the hemisphere into 5 lobes, sir, which is called the insula. And we have, of course, we have we have the 5 lobes called insula, sir. And then if you take, we have many we have the epithalamus we have. And if the epithalamus, it consists of the hibernula and the epiphysis, which is the pineal. And then we have the epiphysis lies between the quadra geminalis. And then we have the hypothalamus. This is the region represented by and then we have this there is this structure is like in the ramna terminalis, chiasma opticus. And we have the plexus opticus here for the eyeball. And then we have tuber sternero. It continues down to the infundibulum and then to the hypophysis. It has glandular pituitary. And we have corpus mammillaria. They continue into the column fornix. And then we have the fossa interpedicularis, where the regio suprathalamica is present under the thalamus near the ductus sylvius. And then we have the ventriculus tertius here. It's a cavity, it's present cavity in the diencephalon. And then we also have the telan, and then we have the we have the cerebrospinal fluid circulation. It is by the plexus choroideus in the velum inferior. And if in cerebrospinal fluid, it is produced in each ventricles, like in the fourth. And also the cerebrospinal fluid is circulated in both inside and outside of the brain. Inside, the cerebrospinal fluid is between the ventricles and canals of the brain. And outside the cerebrospinal fluid, it circulated by the cisternae in the subarachnoid cavity. And all the sisters are connected with the ventricles and vice versa. And also it is the ventricles are the walls and their connection with each other. And then these ventricles and canals are are the cavity of the bulbs. And also we have ventriculus lateralis, which is paired, ventriculus tertius, which is unpaired, ventriculus quartus, which is also unpaired. If we see the ventriculus lateralis, the cavity of the big brain, we have the 4 parts and 4 lobules. We have the cornu anterior, which lies in the lobus frontalis. And then we have the pars centralis, it lies in the lobus parietalis. And then we have the cornu posterior, which is there in the cornu lobe. And then we have the cornu inferior in the cavity of the temporal bone. And then we have genus corpus callosum in the anterior wall. Then we have the corpus callosum in the posterior wall. And then we have the septa pallidum in the middle wall, and lateral lobe, lobe nucleus caudatus, and the upper lobe, which is truncus corpus callosum. And then we have the pars centralis, which is the narrow part between the corpus callosum and the thalamus. And then we have the corpus cornu posterior, in which in the depth of the white matter of occipital lobe and the middle of the calcovus. And also we have cornu inferior in the depth of the white matter in temporal lobe in the sulcus hippocampus. And also we have it connects with the ventricle testicles by foramen interventricularis in the anterior. And also we have ventriculus tertius. We have the part in the cavity of the diencephalon. Its parts are anterior column fornix, and then we have the upper corpus callosum and corpus fornix, and we have the posterior lobe epiphysis with the hibernula, and inferior lobe and hypothalamus, and from the cilius aqueductus to chiasmus opticus. And then we have the middle lobe in middle lobe in this, it is absent in this. Middle lobe is absent in the ventriculus tertius. And also we have the lateral lobe in thalamus, sir. And then we have the ventriculus tertius. It connects with the ventriculus fourth by the cilius aqueductus. If you see the ventriculus quartus, it is the cavity of the rhomboid. And then also in the bottom we have the fossa rhomboid, and also what to say in the sale of the cerebri, sir. But and also if you see the outside of the CSF, we have CSF in the subarachnoid, and also the cisterns, which is the greatest subarachnoid place. It also connects with each other, and the cisterna cerebelli medulla, and we have it between the cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. It is connected with the ventriculus quartus by foramen mesendae, and in the apertura mediana, and the cisterna vena cerebelli magna. It is between the cerebellum and middle brain, and epiphysis around the vena cerebra magna. And then we have the cisterna pontis, which is around the pons, and the cisterna pontis is connected to the ventricular quartus by apertura lateralis to the foramen luschka, sir, which is paired. And also yes, sir. And then we have the cisterna pedicularis, in the fossa pedicularis. Then we have the cisterna chiasmaticus in the front of the chiasma opticus, and then we have the cisterna fossa lateralis cerebelli in the fossa selvi, sir. Yeah, so that's it, sir, about it.
Oh, Sadi,
Yes, sir.
excellent as always.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Okay, sir.